Hey guys, I'm Abby and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to be building a Buy Me a Coffee Dapp. In our previous tutorial, we have created a Buy Me a Coffee smart contract. Now, we are going to create a front end and we are going to connect the smart contract that we have created before. So here is an example. This is more user-friendly and more enjoyable looking than having to go through Polygon scan every time we want to send a message and buy us a coffee. So let's get right into the coding. In the same folder that we used for Buy Me a Coffee smart contract, we'll create our front end using React. Let's open up our terminal and type in the command npx create React app, then the name of our folder. I'm going to name it front end. Hit enter. It will take a couple of minutes to install that. So I'm gonna pause this video while waiting for that to install. After that's done, let's go inside that folder, cd front end. And we will be deleting a lot of files here, so let's delete app.css, app.test.js, logo.svg, report.webvitals.js, and setuptests.js. Inside the index.js file, we won't be needing this, so let's delete these lines. And in our app.js file, we can also delete this and delete most of these inside the return. Inside the src folder, we need to create a folder for our ABI. So let's create that and name that utils. Let's copy the ABI file from our Hardhat folder, artifacts, and copy this buymeacoffee.json file and paste it inside the utils folder. Let's go to our terminal again. And we'll go through the same process that we did in the previous video to make sure that we have everything we need in creating our front end. Delete the other files and folders here that are not necessary for our front end. Okay. Then, after that, in our app.js file, let's import the things that we need from the packages that we have installed and the folders that we have created. So that's ABI, that will be coming from the utils folder, then buymeacoffee.json. Next is ethers. This is an external library and is used to create a reference to our deployed smart contract. It will help us call our contract's functions through MetaMask. And we are also going to import React, useEffect, and useState from React. Inside our main function, we will be needing our contract address and API to connect to our smart contract. So that's const contract address, and inside the quotation marks will be our contract address. Then const contract ABI. Let's get our contract address by going back to our Hardhat folder, and in the deploy.js file, we have a copy of our smart contract address there. Let's copy that and paste that inside the double quotation marks. And our ABI, this shouldn't be in double quotes, so that should be abi.abi. Now let's create the interface of our decentralized application. Let's have the title. I'm going to name it Buy Abby a Coffee. Then let's have our main container with a class name of main. And let's create a div. And inside the div is a form with the label name. Let's create an input field with the ID of name. The type is text. And a placeholder of anon. So we're going to have an on change here. We will create that later on name change. And actually, let's put this inside another div. Right? So let's have another div. And this one is the message. So the label is send Abby a message. And this is going to be a text area with a placeholder of enjoy your coffee. Create an ID message. And again, an on change, which we are going to create later on message change. Right? And after that, let's create another div. And in here is our button. So the type is button. And on click, we want to create another function here called buy coffee, which again, we will create later on. And this should be labeled as send one coffee for 0.001 Matic. Let's put everything here in our main container. So there you go. And then we also want in each one label that coffees received. This is where the messages will be placed. And then let's create these functions that we have declared here. So first is const on name change. So the on change for name and message is similar. We have this event inside, and this is going to be an arrow function. And we want to set the name and get the exact value of what the user will input in here. So if you're not familiar with this, you can go to the React documentation under handling events. So let's put that name here and set name and use state. Going to leave this empty. Again, for the on message change, it's going to be the same. Event, arrow function, and then here is going to be set message event.target.value. We're going to put that set message right here, const message, set message, and then use state. All right, so for the buy coffee function, right below here, const buy coffee, this is going to be an async function. And we want to add a try catch block here. And inside the try block, in order to fetch the MetaMask, we are going to define Ethereum. So that's const Ethereum window, so that the MetaMask wallet injects this Ethereum object inside our window. If it fetched MetaMask using the Ethereum, this is what I wanted to do. So first, let's create a variable called provider. This provider will help us connect with the blockchain. It is helpful in reading the blockchain. For that, we are going to use the Ethers library, which was provided to us by Hardhat, then a Web3 provider, and inside, we will have Ethereum and any, so that any network can be connected. Then let's create a variable called signer. Signer is something that will help us in doing transactions that are going to change the state of the blockchain. So we need a provider there, and get signer. And we will create a variable for when someone buys us a coffee, and we will call this buy me a coffee. We will be needing ethers.contract. Inside this instance, which is the buy me a coffee, we need to pass three things, and that is the contract address, contract API, finally, the signer. So why do we need our contract address in creating our instance? That's because we need to go to that place where our smart contract was deployed. After that, we need a contract API to talk to our smart contract. This is like the bridge that connects the smart contract and our front end. Finally, we need a signer so we can do all sorts of transactions inside this contract. After that, we want to be able to view what's going on in our console. So that's console log buying coffee. Then let's create another variable, const coffee transaction or TXN, and we will await for the buy me a coffee instance and call the buy coffee function. And inside this function, we need three things. The name. So if they will input a name, we want that to appear. Otherwise, it will just show added. Then we need the message. Again, we'll check if they have typed a message. If they did not, there will be a default message. Enjoy your coffee. Finally, the amount. For the amount, we want the value and then the amount that we want to send. We need to use ethers library, utils, and use parse ether to convert this to way. So 0.001 will be converted to way, right? Then we want to tell our users that buying coffee is now ongoing. So we'll have an alert window. Buying coffee, please wait. There you go. Then we need to wait for this transaction. When the transaction is successful, we can now see the transaction in the console. And we also want to alert the coffee sender and thank them for the coffee. Let's clear the foreign fields after they have sent us a message. So set name and set message will be blank. After that, we want to catch an error if there is any. We are then going to create a function to check if a wallet is connected. The wallet connection, const, is wallet connected. This is going to be an asynchronous function. And let's have a try catch block here. Again, just like in the buy coffee function, we are going to fetch MetaMask. So that's const Ethereum window. So in this account, we will await Ethereum request. And then the method is ETH accounts. So this will request to connect our account whenever the page is loaded. Then we want to be able to see that in our console. Then let's have an if-else statement here. If accounts.length is greater than 0, that means that an account is logged in. And in here, let's define account. And then the first account that it will see, it will tell us that our wallet is connected. So it will alert our user, wallet is connected. We also want to be able to see that in our console. Else, if it doesn't see any account connected, it will alert the user to make sure that MetaMask is connected. Here, make sure MetaMask is connected. And here, again, we need to catch the error if there is any. Let's create another function called connect wallet. This again is an async function. Add try catch block. And we want to fetch MetaMask and inject it to our window. If it doesn't detect MetaMask in the user's browser, it will alert, please install MetaMask. If there is, it will request the account, and we will set the current account to that address that the user has connected. Then we will set the current account here, and let's catch the error again. And we will put that at the top, that current account and use state. There we go. We are now ready for the function to fetch all the memos stored on chain. So that's const get memos, a sync function, try catch block. Then again, we want to fetch MetaMask. Here, we're gonna need the same thing we did in buy coffee function, so we just need to copy that. Then we want to be able to see that in the console, fetching memos from the blockchain. And then const memos, we will wait for that. And set memos. If it doesn't detect a wallet, it will tell our user that MetaMask is not connected, then catch the error again if there is any. Memos and set memos, use state. And there is going to be an empty array. And here, we are going to use the use effect. We will have this so that when the application is running, it will automatically fetch our contract instance, and we don't have to click any button in order to create an instance, so that every time someone buys us a coffee, this new memo will be shown in our Dapp. So on new memo, we want the address, the timestamp, the name, and the message. We want a console log, memo received, and we want those information in here. Set memos, and then we're gonna want the previous date, and then spread the previous date plus the new information. Then again, we want to fetch MetaMask. We want to listen for new memo events. So this is going to be the same thing as before. So we're just going to copy this and paste that right here. So for us to listen to new memo events, we need this method. We need this method called on. And we can see it right here in our ABI. It will listen to an event name, which is the new memo, and it will fire this function when the event is triggered. After that's done, we want to remove that event listener using this off method. And since this is a use effect, we always have to put an empty dependency array. We want to know if an account is connected, so let's put current account here. And if an account is connected, we want to show them all of the info and text fields for them to fill. Let's put it right here. And if they're not connected, we want to have a button to ask them to connect their wallet first. So there's the button. And we will have the connect wallet function in here for them to click. On click, and then connect wallet. Then we want to see the coffees received that's associated with the current account, so we'll have the title and all of the memos that we have received. We want it to return us something. Let's have a little bit of styling right here first. Order 2px solid. Then the border, radius, padding, margin. So let's put a little bit of styling as well. And in here, we want the message, the name of the sender, the time when they sent it, and we also want their wallet address. We have a typo error here. This should be underscore instead of plus. And let's try to run our Dapp. npm start. Let's wait for that. Webpack compiled successfully, and it says right here that our wallet is connected. Let's open our console so we can see what's going on under the hood. Connect our wallet, and these are the coffees received. Now let's try our Dapp in action, our name. Let's put a message in here, love your content, and send 1 coffee. MetaMask should pop up asking us to confirm this transaction. Buying coffee, please wait. And thanks for the coffee. So there's a little bug here, there's a duplicate, but that's okay, we can debug later on. Going back to our code, let's add a few more styling in our index.css file, so our Dapp can look nice. I will fast forward this video as we are not going to focus on the CSS part, but you can pause this video and copy the code line by line or create your own styling. Here, I added an image folder and added my own header. So I'm going to put that in here. And I will import that above so we can use our image. Let's check that again. And there, it doesn't look perfect, but it's a lot prettier than before. Now, we are ready to deploy this. So to do that, let's go back to our code, cancel out from this process, and let's run npm run build. This is for us to create the folder that we need in order to deploy our decentralized app. So to deploy, let's go to netlify.com. Let's log in. I will log in using my GitHub account. And in here, we can add a new site, deploy manually, and browse the build folder for us to upload. And let's wait for that. And there it is. It is now live. So let's try this. Connect to your wallet. MetaMask should pop up, asking us to connect our account. And this is the link. This Dapp is awesome. Send 1 coffee for 0.001 Matic, and it will ask us to confirm. Buying coffee. Thanks for the coffee. And there you go. This is our live app. It has our name, time, message, and the wallet address. And there it is, guys. We have successfully created our own Buy Me a Coffee decentralized app. See you in the next video.